Welcome to Bible Stories with Georgie. That's me. I'm Georgie. Today we're going to be in Matthew chapter 19. What are you doing, Kevin?
I want to help. Is there something I can do?
Well, not really.
Oh, come on. There's got to be something I can do.
Well, I guess you can be the different workers in the vineyard.
Huh?
Just come in with different hats on while I tell a story.
Oh, I can do that.
Yeah, okay. Okay, like I said, we're going to be looking in Matthew chapter 20, and I'm going to tell a story. Okay, so there was a landowner who had a vineyard. Yeah, he grew grapes there. And so early in the morning, he went out and he hired some guys and he agreed to pay them a denarius. That was some money. And so a couple hours later, he went out and he hired some more guys and told them he'd pay them whatever was right. And then he went out a few more hours and a few more hours and a few more hours. And he hired the guys and told them he'd do the same thing. And then an hour before quitting time, he hired some more guys. He found them and they were just standing around. He said, "How come you're not working?" They said, "Well, nobody will hire us." He said, "Well, you go into the fields and work for me and I'll pay you what's right." And so they did. And so at the end of the work day, they all came in. And so the landowner told the manager, he said, "Go get the ones that got hired last and pay them. And then bring in the next ones. So the ones that were hired the first in the morning, you pay last." The manager said, "Okay, I'll do that." And so the guys that came in at the 11th hour, he paid them a denarius. Yeah. But the guys that came in very, 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 very early, those first guys, they thought, "Wow, we're going to get a lot of money if he's paying that guy that just worked an hour a denarius." And so when they got time to get paid, they got paid a denarius. And they were mad. They started grumbling against the guy that owned the land. And he said, "What's your problem? Didn't I hire you to work for denarius?" It's like, "Well, yeah, but those guys, they only worked for an hour and you paid them the same thing." He said, "Well, isn't it my money? Can't I do what I want to do with my own money? Are you just jealous and envious?" So, yeah. So that was the story. I was like, wow, that was kind of wild. What in the world does that mean? Well, unfortunately, with this parable, Jesus didn't really tell us what it meant. Yeah. And so lots of people have different ideas. But here's what I think. I think when we look at people who decide to become followers of Jesus, it doesn't matter if you've been a part of the church your whole life. Yeah, you're going to get heaven. But the guy who has lived his whole life and he's been rotten and mean, and when he's old, he becomes a Christian, guess what? He's going to get heaven. Yeah, God forgives us all. The kingdom of heaven is open to everybody. It doesn't matter when you become a Christian and a follower of Jesus. Yeah, well, that's kind of what I get from the story anyway. All right, well, thanks for hanging out with me here on Bible Stories with Georgie. And, well, I guess we'll see you next time. Bye!